Hello there, Adita Lang, and today I'd like to share with you an efficiency exercise. How's that? Efficient. Efficient in so many ways. Why? Because it works a lot of muscles at one time, and if you're going to wear something sleeveless, it makes you look good, and it's just overall a great exercise. So you want to find out what this is? It's called the push-up, and I know some of you are saying, no, I'm just not a push-up person, I can't do that. Do you know what? The benefits you get from push-ups are outstanding, especially if you're not a gym goer. If you're a gym goer, well, you can do all sorts of other things. But if you're not, a push-up is where it's at. Because in a push-up, you're not only are you working your chest and shoulders, but you're also working your core. So you have a lot going on. Not to mention that after a good set of push-ups, your arms look pretty good in a sleeveless shirt. So why not? Okay, so let's talk about the different stages of a push-up, shall we? First off, when you do a push-up, you want to get a 90-degree bend, which means that your wrist is going to land right over your elbow. It should not be too far in because that's going to put stress on your elbow, and it shouldn't be too far out because that's just making it harder. So you want your wrist right over your elbow. That's step one. Now, you're using your body weight. So the more body weight you give your arms, the harder the workout is, right? Pretty simple there. So hands go out nice and wide because, again, the goal is going to be to bend 90 degrees. But let's say you're just starting. You really, this just seems so tedious to you. So I want you to start with your knees underneath your hips. Now, abdominals are pulled in, and that means you're pulling in from the rib cage. And if you'll notice, I have what's called neutral spine. So if you watch me, the only place I'm moving from is my hips, not my back. So right here, I have a little bit of weight in my hands, and I can try to just practice. It's basically practice. And when you look across, you make sure that your wrist is underneath your elbow when you bend your elbow, and you're trying to bend your elbows 90 degrees. You get to the point where, like, you know what, that's kind of easy. I think I can do that. Okay, let's back our knees up a little bit more. This time, lead your chest forward. So you'll notice that my hips are still up in the ground. Now, all the weight should feel like it's in your hands, and I want you to literally just lower from your arms. So again, there's no bending in the middle of the back. It's coming from the hip joint. Okay, we mastered that one. Let's make this harder. Back the knees up now more, so you have basically a straight line from the tip of your head all the way to your knees. Now you feel like you have more weight in your hands. Pull in your abdominals even more, and now the movement comes from the knees. So there's no movement in the hip joint. There's no movement in the back. It's simply bending the elbows to 90 degrees and your entire body moving down. And so you master that one. Awesome. Now we go for our toes. Now for our toes, the chest needs to land in between the hands. Again, the abdominals are nice and tight, and your goal is 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Inhale one way, exhale the other. And come down. And that, my friends, is a push-up, a very efficient exercise. Enjoy.